Hey everyone. So over the past couple days, I've gotten, I think, like 4 or 5 people that have asked me the same question about getting the Skunk 2 header to fit, or the Skunk 2 header to clear the firewall or the subframe with a K24 swap in a 8th Gen SI. So I thought I'd throw together a quick video for you guys, just explaining exactly how you get the header to fit. So I made a little illustration here, and basically I'll just go through your options one by one. So here, the first picture, you have to pardon my drawing skills, but it just kind of illustrates the issue. So here's the car, here's the firewall, here's the engine intake, and then the header. It strikes the firewall right here. If you don't do anything, it's going to hit the firewall right here. Okay. So your first option is to tilt the engine with spacers. So if you can imagine, this is the oil pan. This is the rear engine mount bracket, and then these are where your spacers go in. You put them between the bracket and the oil pan. And then you put washers in between the bracket and the oil pan to basically tilt the bottom of the engine out, which in turn tilts the header downwards, and you're able to achieve a small gap here, enough to get the header to clear. The downside to this method is that it strains the front mount. It actually ended up tearing the mount in the It actually ended up tearing the mount when I used it. Your second option is what I currently have on the car, is to leave the rear mount as it is. No spacers, no strain on the front mount. And what you do is you cut out the firewall. You cut out a piece of the firewall and then patch it to give a little bit extra clearance for the header. The downside to this is that, well, you're cutting your firewall. It's definitely not a pretty solution, but it leaves the engine in the original position and allows your header to clear. Then the third option, which if you have a Skunk, if you've already thrown down the money on the Skunk 2 header, you probably go with either one or two. But if you're just starting your build and you're concerned about getting a header to clear, your best bet would just be to go with a custom header. I believe ASP has adjustable tube length, so in that case you could shorten the length. You could shorten the overall length of the header, possibly getting you more clearance around the firewall area. Although I don't know, I've never tested that. I have no idea if that would actually work. So those are your three options. Either 1, tilt the engine forward, 2, cut the firewall, or 3, get a custom header. So why do you want to do this? Why can't you just leave it hitting the firewall? Well, one, it'll be very annoying to get all the vibrations through the pedals, and it'll just be an annoyance from that perspective. But the other issue is that you could damage your header. You could potentially crack it with all the vibrations. So you definitely need it definitely is something worth addressing. So if you already have the Skunk 2 header, you're gonna either have to tilt the engine forward, cut the firewall, or if you have the money, go with a custom header, possibly an ASP header. If you have an ASP header, comment. Let us know if that has worked for your K24 swap. Personally, I think they're pretty pricey. They're like $1,200 I think for an ASP. I've already got a Skunk 2 header, so trying to make that work. But yeah, so hopefully that clears things up for you guys that are looking for a solution to this issue. Let me know if you have any further questions. If you have any other solutions that you found that have worked, please comment below and let everybody know. That's all I got for tonight, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.